So hello, my name's Shôn and I am a theatre maker. Still floating is about the way we feel at home and the way that sometimes that feeling of home disappears. And maybe when the feeling of home disappears, we wonder what replaces it. It's a show that explores how we create our own feeling of being at home. So what happened is a friend of mine suggested that I should put Floating back on stage, which is a show I made back in 2006 about the Isle of Anglesey floating away from mainland Britain. And while we were discussing the pros and cons of putting the show back on stage, I started to realise that it would be good to put the show back on stage, but it would be necessary to reframe the show. So the inspiration for making this show, Still Floating, comes from a conversation about pros and cons of putting the show floating back on stage. I think with this show, what it's really trying to encourage is a sense of optimism, because obviously times have become so difficult and people's lives have become really challenging, that what I really am trying to do is trying to encourage us to remember that it's also still possible to be optimistic. And that doesn't mean that you have to deny, kind of be an ostrich and stick your head in the sand about the things that are going on that are really, really difficult. It doesn't mean denying that at all. It means holding that in one hand and with the other, trying to find ways of remaining optimistic. I think it's important right now to make work because it's so important to keep our belief in humanity going. You know, we're shown so many reasons why to be disappointed in human nature. And so I think to have the opportunity to celebrate the possibilities and kind of warmth that humanity also holds is really, really important right now. I think it's for grown-ups, I think it's for children, I think it's for all different ages and different people of different kinds. I think there's something in it for so many people, pretty much for everyone, maybe not newborn babies. It's passionate, stupid, silly, daft, goofy, serious-minded, thought-provoking, challenging, arresting, sick, humoristic, absurd, tragic, comic, delicious, delightful, delectable, fantastical, fabulous, furry,